Well, everyone, the iPhone 15 has just came out, so let's go and compare it against the iPhone 12 and see which specific iPhone is a better one for you. Now, if you want to pick up either one of these phones, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there and you can help support the channel at the same time. Now, Apple just stopped selling the iPhone 12, which is very interesting, but there's still lots of overlap between these two phones. Like, if you kind of look at it, they do kind of look like the same type of device. There's clearly some differences, but with the iPhone 12, this phone came out in 2020, and this device on the front had a 6.1-inch Super Retina Extra OLED display. It's a very good panel, it still looks very good and very sharp, and I'm still a massive fan of this phone for sure. But I will tell you with its front, it's kind of looking, it's not dated now, but with that notch, Apple did kind of shrink the notch with future models, but then they removed it now. So you can definitely tell you have like a kind of an older iPhone now with the notch. So Apple kind of made this phone look a little older there, but regardless, still a very good panel, 60 hertz. Not a lot to complain about here. With the iPhone 15, we now have a little bit of a different type of design. So before we had the notch, now we had the dynamic island, which I actually like a lot. I think the dynamic island is very nice. It's a very nice touch, and I'm glad they brought it over to the cheaper iPhones. You're still maintaining that exact same display. So you're still getting 6.1 inches, Super Retina Extra OLED display, same exact thing, basically the same resolution as well. So not much really changed here. You got the dynamic island, which is nice, but I would still say that both panels look kind of the same. Maybe this one gets like a little bit nicer here and there, but beyond that, roughly kind of the same type of panel. In terms of the thinness and thickness and the rest of the bodies, you can kind of tell that between both, not really like big massive differences, that some people may not be able to tell, but there's a few things. One, the iPhone 12 had a SIM card tray right there. The iPhone 15 no longer has it. The volume buttons are a little bit like different places now when you're kind of lined up, but also the iPhone 15 has this curved side to it. So it's slightly curved. The iPhone 12 is like completely flat, but having this like a type of like curved side to the sides of it is really nice, and that's something I actually really do like. Apparently, the build quality of the iPhone 15 isn't as durable as older iPhones, but I guess we'll kind of test that further. On the bottom, though, probably one of the biggest, most hyped up changes between one iPhone to the other, and that is actually with the Lightning port at the bottom. We now have Lightning, or we have the USB-C port on the bottom of the iPhone 15. Before we had Lightning, which is the iPhone 12s. To me, I love USB-C and I definitely prefer it. But it's funny because the Lightning port looks more futuristic. Like there's not even like a line in the middle. This one has like kind of more going on with it. I always liked Lightning, but definitely USB-C is the one I prefer a lot more. On the back, you can see we have dual camera setups on both. They both kind of look around like kind of the same type of iPhone, not really. The iPhone 12, obviously top and bottom cameras. The iPhone 14 is sideways. These cameras are much bigger, so you can probably tell you that it's probably going to be a better camera. MagSafe capability on the back of both of them, wireless charging, IP certification, standard glass back on the iPhone 12, frosted glass back on the iPhone 15. I was about to say 14. The 15 has frosted glass back, which I definitely prefer more than the standard glass back on the iPhone 12. So kind of a big thing to keep in mind there. IP certification on both iPhones and definitely lots of overlap. Like if you gave me one iPhone and to feel it, could I tell the difference? Completely 100%. But could the average person? Actually don't know. I feel like both these phones feel very good, but I don't know if I would go from one body to the other one just because the body and the way they feel. But there's a few things. The USB-C dynamic island, some people may prefer those things and jump up to the iPhone 15 from the 12. Now, in terms of software and longevity, you're definitely going to be getting the longer lasting phone from the iPhone 15. The 12 is still supported with software, and surprisingly, iOS 17, which this is currently on, you are actually getting lots of overlapping features between the 12 and the 15. The 12 was the cutoff point this year where Apple basically gave all the features to the 12 and above, where the 11 and below didn't get as many features. So this one actually got a lot of features I'm really surprised about. Still not as many as the 15 is going to be getting, but still it's actually holding quite well up against the 15. With the iPhone 15, this phone is going to be supported for many more years. It's probably going to last like another 6 or 7 years, maybe more, maybe less. So this thing is going to be here for many years to come. So if you want to get a longer lasting phone, the iPhone 15 is probably by far the better one I'd recommend here. So that kind of covers it up there. Now let's go into a speed comparison between them. The iPhone 15 has that Apple A16 Bionic chip inside of it with 6 gigabytes of RAM. The iPhone 12 has that Apple A14 Bionic chip inside of it with 4 gigabytes of RAM. So let's go and see which one's the faster phone between both. Okay, there we go. Hopping out the apps in the background, this one has this one open. The iPhone 15 is cleared out. So let's get into it. Phone calls 321. The 12 is here, the 15 is here. Coming out of here, music 321. Okay, roughly around the same thing. Actually, the one was faster. App Store 321. And the 15 definitely faster here. iPhone 12 a little bit slower. Again, not the biggest deal in the world, but just like a small thing. Hopping out of here, let's get into clock, 3, 2, 1. Hopping out of here, let's get into camera, 3, 2, 1. Take a photo, 3, 2, 1. And the iPhone 15 definitely faster there. Opening up that photo. I don't know why the iPhone 12 did not want to open it up there. Hopping out of here, let's get into standard photos, 3, 2, 1. Okay, kind of some slight differences there too. Hopping out of these two, let's get into something like mail, 3, 2, 1. iPhone 15 is the faster one there. Let's get into some of these third-party applications. Genshin Impact, 3, 2, 1. Now we're not going to get into the actual play, like to play the game, but we'll just see which one loads up into the standard panel faster, which I think is probably going to be the iPhone 15. And the 15 is the faster one here. The iPhone 12, a little bit slower. Again, not the biggest deal in the world, but just like some slight differences there. We can try some other applications. Let's try Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. Now these games are not even that intensive, so we should be able to see small differences here and there. Now this one did have the downloading content kind of thing come up, but then it went away and now we're in the loading thing. So again, like a slight thing. I don't think it's like the massive big deal, but that's just like one other thing that I did notice. Here, like basically get into the game, the 15 was definitely faster there. We do have some more applications we can test. Let's try Netflix, 3, 2, 1. Okay, iPhone 15 I think was the faster one there. Thank you, 3, 2, 1. The iPhone 15 again was the faster one there as well. Snake vs. Blocks, 3, 2, 1. And the iPhone 15 again was the faster one slightly. Getting into some gameplay, see if anything changes. I don't really think there is. It's probably gonna be the same thing. So overall, I definitely will tell you both are very good performing phones, but I think the iPhone 15 is the faster one. I'll probably do a full speed comparison very soon. But from everything that I tested, the 15 is fast. But the older iPhones are still holding up quite well, if I'm being honest. Like there really isn't like crazy big differences as far as I can tell. So that kind of covers it up there. And from the camera side of things, like I've said for many years now, you're definitely getting a better camera on the latest iPhones. That's basically how it works. So you can even kind of tell how much bigger the iPhone 15 camera is over the 12s. Both are wide and ultra wide cameras, 4K 60 on the front and the back. The device like the iPhone 12, I definitely do think this type of camera is very good at, like, it's a very, very solid lens. So with this type of phone, you have 5x zoom on the, outside. You have 0.5x zoom on the inside, or whichever way you look at it. The ultra wide camera is still very good on this phone. You're getting video mode, slow mode, time lapse, portrait mode. I've always felt like this camera was very similar to the iPhone 12, and the jump to the iPhone 13 was actually a pretty big jump. With the 11 and 12 very similar, 13 and 14 more similar, to be honest. So with this one, I mean, it's a good camera, it's a great camera, but I will tell you, with something like the iPhone 15, that is definitely going to be the better camera here. You're definitely going to be getting a solid lens. It looks amazing, and just a very good camera nonetheless. I mean, this thing, you're getting 10x zoom, so you're getting twice as much zoom on this phone than the iPhone 12. You're getting video mode, cinematic mode, slow mode. You're getting portrait mode that's been improved. Like, you're getting really good capability on the iPhone 15. And that's how I feel like with a phone like the 15, you're just getting an overall better sensor here, which is something that I love. And I love seeing on this type of phone that you're having that type of capability. So keep that in mind. I definitely will tell you at the end of the day, a phone like the iPhone 15 is definitely going to be getting you better camera than the iPhone 12 at the end of the day. So that kind of covers it up there. Now, overall, I'll definitely tell you the 15 I think is a better phone than the iPhone 12. I think everyone kind of knows that. But if you have an iPhone 12, I would probably recommend keeping it. Going to the 15 is probably a decent upgrade for sure, but you can also go up to the 14 and still get a pretty decent upgrade, or buy a 14 Pro. That phone will probably be the same price as this one in the used market very soon, so you might as well just go buy that one. With the 15, you are getting USB-C, you're getting dynamic island, you're getting better camera, you're getting basically a very good phone, in every single dimension. But I definitely would say if you have the money, go for the 15 or go for the 15 Pro. But you can also save some money maybe to buy a 14 or 14 Pro and go down that direction too. So that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.